Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. It is May 31st and it is 9:30 in the morning. And I know I have not put up a podcast or I have not done my live in quite some time now. But honestly, I have to be honest with you guys. I've really been struggling still with this depression and everything else. I guess that's just becoming a little too much on my mind, and I guess the medicine combination that the new psychiatrist has me on is not it's not helping either. I feel like it's making me more emotional than it should, and then I feel like my bipolar gets triggered really quick and really easy, and if I'm not paying attention, I can blow up and I have to turn around and really pause before I speak, definitely think before I speak, all because I just... Why is this tangled up? There we go. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to move the mic so I can get it closer. Because we all know that I speak low, and I don't understand why I speak low, because I got a big old mouth. But I don't know, it's because I feel like if I get louder, I'll be too loud in the room, and then I'm bothering everybody else, and I'm always so cautious and not bothering other people. I guess it's because of just the woman, but kids are still sleeping and I don't want to wake them up, but I do want to get this done while there's actually nobody else up, and includes the rats. They're not up and roaming around either, so this is a prime time. Sorry, you guys, let go of that mucus, but it's a prime time for me to get some recording done. I mean, I have no one to bother me, no one to stress me out, and I feel guilty for saying that, but I know if we had our own place, like our own house, our own apartment, or whatever, I had my room, I can record whenever, because I wouldn't have to worry about the kids. But being in this motel and only having 2 rooms, I have to be, cautious if I want my sanity to stay for a little while longer, not to make enough noise so that I won't wake them up, so that my sanity can stay a little bit longer. But happy belated Memorial Day to everyone, and I want to say thank you to all the vets and everyone who has done their service. That includes my 3 uncles who have also been in the service, and they probably don't hear none of this because nobody knows what I'm doing, most likely, but I'm still going to give them their flowers and shout them out. So to Tio Victor, Tio Negro, and Tio Nino, happy Memorial Day, and thank you for everything that y'all have done when you guys were in the service. So with that being said, yesterday was just, we didn't really do anything. Nana next door cooked on the grill, and then I just pretty much worked on my coaching stuff, getting my coaching lessons for this week accomplished and done, which I got it all done yesterday. Woo-hoo, go me! The only downside is I am behind on the business course, like 3 to 4 weeks behind on the business course. I think it's actually like 5 weeks now, and I need to try to catch up, but for some reason I'm just not into that business course. I mean, I got a scholarship for it, so I feel bad. The Home Depot paid for it, but it's just, I don't know if it's their method of doing things, but it just doesn't stick with me, I guess you could say, and it's not calling my attention. So it makes it really hard for me to stay focused and actually get it accomplished. But I have to. But it's just, this depression is like, every time I get up, right, I wake up, I open my eyes, and I'm like, all right, here we go again. Another day where I gotta step over toys because Lyrical decided she wasn't gonna pick them up, or another day where I have to walk over some clothes because Koa decided she was gonna jump up and take our clothes from on top of the bin and put it on the floor so she could lay her big dog behind on it. Like, we really want her to be on our darn clothes. And then to top it off, she's already Koa's 7 months, right? So she already done got her monthly cycle now, so you got her dripping. Like, it's just too much. Like, I'm not already just trying my hardest to keep my brain from losing every little bit of sanity that it has, and then everything else just adds on. Like, oh my god, are you kidding me? And then I feel bad because I start not being able to handle things. Like, And then I started getting nippy, and I started getting short-tempered, and I started getting irritated quick and frustrated quick. And then Biva starts to get in her feelings, which, oh my God, always breaks my heart every single time, because she takes it so personal. And I'm like, baby, it's not you. Like, I just have to let this out. If I don't let this out, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, it's not meant, for anyone. I have to let it out, I don't have, none of my relationships with anyone are the same or what they used to be. So I can't just pick up the phone and call people, like I used to. I don't feel like the relationship between me and them are the same. Like, I barely get text messages now. I never really get calls. Like, that's on a very rare occasion because I'm not a big phone person. But I'm more of, like, I'll text you more. But I've noticed that a lot of, like, my relationships with people are, like, non-existent. I now started, like, pushing myself to, like, text and just check up on people, because I realized I really just let my relationships, like, go down the window with everything that I had going on, from the wheelchair to the apartment to this place to, everything. And a lot of this has had me thinking, and again, I don't know if it's the meds or what it is, but these are things that I normally don't think about, and has me feeling that the meds might play a part in it, because everything else is still the same. Like, I still smoke my trees, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what keeps me at bay when I'm really getting ready to lose it. But, I don't know if anyone else is struggling with their depression, or if anyone else is, like, finding it hard to do your day-to-day stuff and, like, not have to, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I can sit here all day at this desk, right? Because I don't want to be in the bed, because it'll hurt my body to constantly be just laying down, because then I have to lay on my on my left, because I'm a righty, so I can keep using my right hand. Then my left is my bad side, and that starts to get really uncomfortable. So I'll just come to the desk and I'll be at the chair, and I'm like, all right, well, let me get some advertising done, or let me get some affirmations posted up on my Parenting and Mental Illness Instagram, or let me throw out my free coaching sessions that I'm offering for 45 minutes before I forget. So we're going to stop for a quick so-called commercial based on me. Anyways, I am offering free 25 coaching sessions. They're 45 minutes, and it's a transformation program that I'm doing to help others reach that goal that they want to reach, so transform themselves to get to that goal or accomplish whatever it is that they would like to accomplish. So I'm offering 25 free coaching sessions, first come, first serve. Once those 25 slots have been filled and I have accomplished all 25 sessions, I will most likely not be offering any more free coaching sessions. So jump on it while you can, because baby, when I tell you I am good at this, I am good at this. Like, I am not joking when I say that I am good at this. This is, like, what I am meant to do. This is something that I've always been doing, I guess you can say. When I help others, I've always been everybody else's therapist or everybody else's go-to person. Like, my life has always been crazy, but I can help everyone else with theirs. Isn't that, like, always how it goes, though? Frustrating. But, yeah, so hit me up. Or go on to my blog, lifeasaparentmentalillness.blog. It is up there, the link for my calendar, so that you can book your session. Or you can go on my Instagram, Parenting and Mental Illness. The link is in my bio. It is up there as well, so you can book your session. With that being said, I hope that you guys take advantage of this. It's not a gimmick. I'm not selling anything. I'm not going to push you to join my coaching program. I'm not going to do none of that. It is literally just a free session that hopefully you can get some clarity and aha moments from, which not hopefully, because I know it's going to happen, that you'll get some clarity and aha moments from, and that it'll help you, you know what I'm saying, to get to where you would like to be. If you choose to sign up for my program, then awesome. And if you don't, then awesome. But I will let my actions and my work and my words speak for themselves. I'm not pushing nothing on no one. If at the end of that session you decide that coaching is not for you, or you can't do it at the moment, or you just don't want to do it, there's no hurt feelings. There's no hurt feelings at all. At least you got something out of the situation, and I was able to help you get that clarity or that aha or whatever you have gotten out of that session. And that's all. That's good enough for me. That's all I really need. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Don't knock it till you try it. It doesn't hurt. What is it going to hurt you to give up 45 minutes of your time? You're going to scroll TikTok. You're going to scroll Instagram. You're going to scroll Snap. You're going to be on every social network that you can think of to kill time or do things. So just take 45 minutes for yourself, where you're loving yourself and you're saying, I matter and I'm important, and I'm going to take time for me, and I'm going to grow. And I'm going to finally accomplish these things that I've been wanting to accomplish, or I'm going to kill down these negative thoughts, or I'm going to, whatever it is that you need to work on, I am there for you to support you and help you along the way. And that is what my 25 free coaching sessions will show you, because you're allowed one session, and that one session will show you what type of work you can do with me and what I can help you accomplish within those 45 minutes. But yeah, so again, Parenting and Mental Illness IG, Parenting and Mental Illness Facebook. It's in my link in my bios. It's on the post in Life as a Parent with Mental Illness, .blog. Sorry, I've got like the hiccups coming in. But yeah, so take me up on that offer, because, sweetheart, these wheels for this coaching training and these wheels for this coaching certification, they're rolling, baby. They're rolling and they're going. And I'm on this train, and I'm not getting off this train, because I have a passion to help others. I have a passion to help myself too. But helping others kind of helps me at the same time. So I just want to be able to finally do things that I'm passionate about. Like, it sucks that I have an associate's in early childhood, right? And okay, so let's backtrack. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just doing too much blah, blah, blah. It's just, I have quiet. I can think. Thoughts can run through my mind. I can finish my sentences. Like, I'm not used to this. This is like, oh my God, I'm a kid in a candy store right now. I'm just like ready to just grab every candy you can think of and pop it in my mouth and just be super excited. But then you guys are going to be on the other side like, what the fuck is going on with this chick? She done lost her damn mind. How the hell am I supposed to keep track of whatever it is that she's freaking talking if she's so damn hyped? But I guess it's also the ADHD in me that's like wired up right now. So y'all got me all the way. I am all here and focused. And while I am doing all of this, I am still listening to my positive messages in the background that y'all can't hear, but I can. Whew, I had to get all that out. Okay, now let me breathe. Matter of fact, let me take a puff. No, don't fall out my bong. What are you doing? So, sorry y'all, I just had to take a nice little hit. Awesome. Ooh, good smoke. But, yeah, so take me up on those sessions. I mean, I'm being really serious when I say this, and I gotta also put this out there to you guys. It is so discouraging and so frustrating that I feel like I'm getting nowhere with any of my platforms. I don't have any interaction from any of my listeners, readers, viewers. None of it. It's like every once in a while there'll be a comment here or there. No likes in reality, just the watches. I mean, I feel like I'm still that same person that I was in the past, that nobody realizes that she's there unless they just turn and go, oh, you're there. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand what it is about me and what I do that just doesn't get the support or the love from other people. And it's so discouraging and frustrating, especially when I know I got a message I want to say, or when I know I want to help others, because like I keep saying, I know I'm definitely just not the only one out here in this world that has mental illness, and 2 high functioning autistic kids with mental illness and 1 suicidal. Like, there's just no way that my household can be like the only household in the world that has a mental illness parent with 2 mental illness children that have autism. Like, there's just no way possible that like I can be the only one. But it's just so discouraging, because I feel like whatever messages I am putting out there, whatever information I am giving, nobody's getting it, or nobody's taking it, or nobody cares, and it's annoying, because I'm taking time from myself, from my kids, from being depressed and doing nothing, if we're being honest, from just laying around and beating myself up. So if I'm taking time from beating myself up, you know what I'm saying, to help others, and nothing is being reciprocated, it's very discouraging. It gets like, when is somebody going to realize that I am here? Woohoo, hello, it is me. Like, I know I may be a little crazy, or I know I may seem like I'm all over the place, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't know what I'm doing, but I do. I just don't know how to deliver it, probably, if anything, or my mental illness itself takes over sometimes and throws off the message, or I get triggered because my kids are stopping me from doing what I already planned I was going to do, had it all planned out in my head, and then boom, things happen, the memory just stops working, and I go back to a blank slate, and I'm trying to remember what I was doing. All of that does not help in any shape or form my situation. But it would be amazing if those who are actually listening and taking anything from me, or learning something from me, or if I'm inspiring them, encouraging them, or just showing them what not to do in life, whatever the case may be, it'd be nice if I could get that support back in return, because it would really keep driving me even more to just get up every day and do what I know I'm supposed to do. But for some reason, this depression is winning. And it looks so different from all the other ones that it's frustrating the daylight out of me. Like, it really has me frustrated. Why can't I just be the regular old depressed where you just want to go under the blankets and not do anything? Like, I don't know. I just don't like this depression. I'm sorry. Me and this depression have a problem, and I wish it would just vacate the premises. Like, I done gave it plenty of eviction notices, and it still has not gone nowhere. I feel like it keeps moving the shit in instead of moving the shit out. Sorry, y'all. I was taking another hit, but it looks like this might be dead. I hope it isn't. Yeah, it looks like it's about to die. I'm just trying to finish this off. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to finish my bong. Since Bella's not up, I didn't get to do my normal 2 or 3 blunts, smoking session here to get myself going for the day. So I did a bong instead, and I didn't think about finishing it before I actually started the podcast. But yeah, so I just want this depression that I have going on right now to just vacate the premises. And it just feels like it just keeps moving itself in more and more, and it's frustrating because I have a goal and I have things I want to accomplish, but I'm not getting nothing done. I'm not even doing my affirmations in the morning when I first get up. Like right now, I told myself I was going to do affirmations first before I do anything else. And what did I do? I started the podcast first, and I haven't even done my affirmations yet. Like, that makes no sense. Anything I've noticed, like anything that is meant to be positive for me, I just don't have the desire of doing it. And I know it's because it's good for me, and if I do it, I'll get out of my funk quicker. But it's just like something keeps stopping me from doing it. Like, I'll reach over, and then all of a sudden I'll get sidetracked with something else, or I'll start, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I am not sure if anyone else is having any other issues with their depressions or any of their mental health or any conditions that you have going on. It makes me feel like there's something out here in the universe right now that's just throwing everything off, and it's driving me insane because it's already been a month, I want to say, and I'm like ready for it to leave. I am not in the mood to be depressed this darn long. I mean, I still have to find a van for us to buy. I still have to find a place for us to live. Like, there's so much that has to be accomplished. But the energy, when I say I don't even have the energy to do it, I mean, like, I don't even have the energy to physically do it. So I'm already dealing with weakness since the Father's Day situation. And the weakness already drives me crazy because I'll want to do something. I just don't have the strength or the energy to do it. So this depression is taking advantage of my weakness, and it'll just, whenever I say, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and I start getting ready to do it, I have no energy, and like, I can't hold the pen long enough to write because, like, my weakness just kicks in all of a sudden so bad where, like, even writing is uncomfortable, or even just sitting in the wheelchair can all of a sudden become a problem, which wasn't a problem. Like, it's so much, and I feel like I gotta get out of this. And talking to you guys sometimes helps. I mean, it may be because I haven't been doing any content while I feel this bad. You know, maybe if I get back to my normal self, then maybe I'll feel better. I don't know. All I know is that I can't let down any of those who do actually count on me, and I feel like I am letting everyone down because I'm in I don't care mood. Like, I feel like I really hit the bottom of rock bottom where nothing matters no more. Like, I know there's consequences, I know there's actions, I know, like, things have to get done. I know if things don't get done, then who's gonna do them, because I'm obviously the only adult here. Like, so I know all these things, but it's like my mind and my body and my condition just does not care. It's like it's giving up, or it's given up. I don't know, but I just know that this is not acceptable and it's not okay, because I don't want to live in a rat infested motel for the rest of my life. I don't want to be stuck with 2 rooms with my kids for the rest of our lives and we never accomplish anything. You know, and this depression is causing so many fears and so much anxiety that it's crazy. Like, I didn't have all these fears that I have now. I didn't have all this. I did have anxiety really bad, but it's a different type of anxiety. I don't want none of these fears. I don't want to think it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to put it out in the universe. I don't want that energy to be the one that comes back to me. I want my energy that gets thrown into the universe to be positive, to be strong, to be a leader, to be tough. You know what I'm saying? So what I get back is the return, you know? But it's this depression. Oh, baby. This depression is not on the same page with me. This depression is not on the same page with me. And it just baffles me. Like, I know there's different types of depressions. I know everybody deals with everything differently. Like, I know we all cope differently. Like, I understand all these things, but Lord, I don't know if it's the combination of me working within myself and with my coaching and, you know, everything else, and that's why this looks differently. I mean, I smile and it looks like a real smile, but it's not how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And then I find myself to be short-tempered, like, quick. Everybody's irritating me. Everything is irritating me. And then I don't mean to snap at people, but I'm snapping, and that's not okay. You know, I had to work so hard to stop doing those things, but I'm doing them unconsciously. Like, I literally do not catch myself until after I see the person's reaction, or until afterwards, and that's when I'm like, wait, that was not a cool response, or I could have dealt with it this way. Now I don't want the person to think, you know, I have a problem with them. It's not them, it's me, it's my mental health. I'm all over the place. I'm unbalanced. I'm not okay. And that's the biggest thing right there. I'm not okay. That's my why beneath the why. Underneath the why. I am not okay. I am not okay. I should be in somebody's mental institution. I really should be in somebody's psych ward getting my shit together. Getting my shit together. Like, literally getting my shit together so that I can then do what I need to do and fight for what I need to fight and get to where I need to get and all these other beautiful things. But unfortunately, I can't do that. I don't have the option or the ability of doing so. If I place myself in a psychiatric ward, it's a domino effect, okay? Yes, Beva can take care of Delano and Lyrical. I would never worry about their safety with her. I know that she can definitely, you know what I'm saying, stay with them and make sure that they're safe along with herself. That's not where my problem is. So I know that if I needed to go to the psych ward or if I needed to go to the hospital, I know Biva is going to be okay. Her worry is going to be about me and me being okay, and that's going to cause her anxiety, and that's what I worry about. Okay, so I don't worry about the safety of Lyrical and Delano. Because with Biva's autism, I have taught her, like, emergencies can happen, da-da-da-da. When I need you to try to do your best to focus and do what you gotta do, you have to, you know what I'm saying, do your best foot forward to try to get it accomplished. And then I know if anything, Nana next door would, you know, come and check on them. But I can't do it because it would drive Biva to want to hurt herself. And I can't jeopardize my own child for my safety. She would freak out internally and try to be such a strong person for her siblings that it's going to eat her alive. The last time that I went, I talked to her and I told her why I had to go, which was the first and only time I've been to the psychiatric ward. But I talked to her and I told her why I had to go. I explained to her what I was going through mentally and how I was breaking and how I'm hurting them more than I am actually, you know, protecting them because I'm broken at the moment. And like, I was not in a good place at all. It was a very dark, ugly place that if I wouldn't have gotten out of there, or if I wouldn't have put myself in the psych ward, I probably would have taken my life. And I would have left my 3 kids without a parent. And they probably, I don't know if they would have a better life now than what they are having. But I just know that my kids, I get on their nerves, I frustrate them and all that, but they are very attached to me. Very, very attached to me. And, I know that, like, me disappearing would not be a good thing for them, and I don't want to bring that pain onto them, so that's why I took myself there, you know. But then when I took myself there, even though Beva understood why I had to go and why I had to take care of me at the moment, where we were staying at was too much for her, and she couldn't handle it all. And then extra things were being said by the other people that we were staying with, you know, about somebody, you know, whatever. Extra things were being said from the other people that, you know, we were staying with. That was adding on to her mental as well. And nobody really understands her when she expresses herself. So she was trying to talk to them and vent and get herself mentally prepared for me being as gone for a amount of days it's supposed to be. But then Delano started to freak out because I was gone. I didn't tell him I was leaving, which I didn't want him to freak out on me because it would have broke me even more. So I never said anything. I basically just gave him my kiss and a hug and told him I'll see him later and left to go to the hospital. So she became very suicidal, and this was probably the second day I called, because I was calling every almost as much as I could, honestly, because she had her own phone, so I can call her as much as I wanted. But it was just too much. It was too much to handle. And then to top it off, at the time, I wasn't, we weren't cool. I had just left the relationship, and I already knew that things just were going to go south because I knew there was another female involved, which is why I walked away from the relationship. I was being told that my kid was going to be taken from me because I was in the psych ward, like the baby. So this was something else that just really was breaking my mentals even more. I'm in the psych ward trying to do something for me so I can better myself, so my kids will have a mom, so that they won't go missing without the one consistent person in their life, which is me. I have been the only consistent person in all three of my kids' lives. But for some particular reason, to other people, that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Everything I've sacrificed so that I can try to give them better, everything I've done, like, none of that matters. Everybody feels that they can come and just, dictate on what I should do in my household or dictate on what I should do in my life, but nobody lives it. You don't stay long enough to help me through anything. You don't stay long enough to build me up. You just stay long enough to knock me down and then expect me to be a fantastic, awesome mom in the long run. Like, how is that possible when there's nobody building you up? And I told myself, like, I brought myself a lot of this suffering and a lot of this pain, and it was my decisions, and I should have made better decisions, but I thought one thing and it turned out to be something completely different. Every decision that I've ever made has always been to try to be for my kids better and for my better. Like, for us to have a better life, a better situation. Not to be a rebel, not to be mean, not to anything. It's just, if there's more harm coming from a situation than good, then I'm going to eliminate the situation. Or I'm going to eliminate us from the situation. Because we have enough pain and we have enough hurt. We don't need any more. So, I can't put myself in a psych ward because I know Viv, I wouldn't be able to mentally be okay with me being in the psych ward. She would be too worried about me. And I couldn't add that pressure to her. It's too much. Like, asking her to watch Lyrical and Delano for a day or 2, 3 days, that's still too much. She can watch them, you know what I'm saying? But that's a lot on her. And as a mom, that's not her job. That's my job. It's not her responsibility. It is definitely mine. So when all of this happens, it's like, what do I do? What does a mom like me do? I mean, trust me, I know when I tell you I can benefit from going into the psych ward and get a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, to clear my mind and get right and get on the right combo of medications and whatever the case may be. But I have a responsibility, and that responsibility is being a mom. And that never turns off, and that never has vacation days, and that never has off days, and none of that. So it's not like I can just say, well, I'm going to stop being a mom right now, and let me just go handle myself real quick. No, I can't do that. I don't have the option. It's not an ability. I just don't have it. There's just no way. There's no way of me being able to do that. Like, nobody really sees how important mental health is, and nobody really cares, to be honest. I mean, I hear people talking about it when somebody commits suicide. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? When we lost somebody to suicide, that's about it. Outside of that, everybody treats everybody like crap every single day, and then once somebody takes their life, it's all of a sudden, are you okay? Are you good? How are you coping? How are you dealing? How's everything going? All of a sudden, now you want to worry about people's mental health. But then when that passes and that is all done and out the news and it's no longer up and going, but they turn around and forget all about you and no longer check on you. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. You okay? You can go back and lay down if you want. You don't have to get up, boo-boo. hold on, you guys. Sorry, Lyrical just woke up, and I'm just trying to check on her because she still looks a little tired. Sometimes she'll get up and still be tired and go back to bed and go back to sleep. Are you okay? You sure? Alright, so I'm gonna finish my podcast, okay? Okay. Do you want to go get the iPad so I can unlock it for you? Go ahead, go get the iPad and I'll unlock it for you. So, yeah, this depression, I don't know. I just don't know. But I know that what could help, I'm unable to do. I know that I have to find different ways of doing this, but I can't. Because everything else is just getting more frustrating. Like, I'm still trying to find a van. But get this, alright? It's a catch-22, right? So, I need a car to go search for a car. I have to rent a car. That's more money I'm spending to go around searching for a car. Now, my biggest problem that I have, and I don't know what it is with my OCD and my mental health and everything else, I just can't find myself wasting so much energy and like going to all these lots that are around here, stopping by, seeing if I like you. You know what I'm saying? Seeing if you're good peoples. Then I have to try to walk to all these vans if they have any. Like, can't take my wheelchair with me, and we already know how the walking is a big issue because I cannot walk long distance. I can only walk short distance. So it makes my job a lot harder. And then to top it off, because we're not in our home state, I don't know what dealerships are good and what aren't. I don't know what dealership I should go stop by to and not stop by to. And whenever you talk to people around here, you try to ask questions, nobody ever has any answers. And it's frustrating. It is so frustrating. So I am still trying to find a van to purchase. But what makes me more frustrated is if somebody wasn't so selfish and have returned my original vehicle when they were supposed to, I wouldn't be in the situation of having to find another vehicle. Like, I didn't even get to have that vehicle for long before it just disappeared. It was borrowed one day and then it never came back. But if I say something, if I speak, if I open up, if I say what's on my mind, if I say what I feel, I'm gonna be wrong. Because it's gonna come out real fucked up. It's gonna come out real dirty. It's gonna come out real nasty. Because at the end of the day, there's just so much has been done that's like selfish that I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, we ended up in a lot of our situations because I helped somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And it baffles me and it blows my mind how some people don't stop and think about how their actions can affect other people and how their actions, oh my God, scream so many things. Like, but how are you supposed to then trust other people afterwards? Like, everybody that I've tried to help, I've been burned by. Everyone. And that includes the person that birthed me. She was the first one. So, and then there goes the sperm donor. You know what I'm saying? You sign the birth certificate, you give me your last name, but then you claim that I'm not your daughter. You claim you have doubts. You claim that somebody else is my father. I don't even know who that somebody else is. Nobody's ever given me a name either. It's always been just some black guy. Just some black guy. Because mind you, I'm supposed to be fully Puerto Rican. My father and my mother are both fully Puerto Rican, born in Puerto Rico, raised in Puerto Rico. And they came to the States. So, yeah, how am I supposed to take all of this? Like, you have all these years to tell me that you think I'm not your daughter. You have all these years to let me know that the reason why you are not in my life, or the reason why you don't partake in any parts of my life, is because you believe that I am not your daughter. So ask me for a DNA test when I turned 18. I would have gladly have given it to you, because I can't say what my egg donor did or did not do. I was not there. I don't even know the full story. All I know is that I'm a side chick's baby. That's all that I know. I'm a side chick's baby. That is really what I know. like whether they were separated, whether they were still together when my sperm donor and egg donor got together and I got created. I don't know. I do not know the whole entire story, and I'm not one to I ask questions. If I don't get the answer, I'm not going to keep on pushing, because at the end of the day, it's going to trigger me. But it is my story, and I have a right to know it, but I don't know it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I was created and brought into this world with madness, and my life has just continued to be just madness. Like, I get treated like shit by almost everybody, even you guys, and I'm sorry, but stop and look. You're listening to my stuff just to either be nosy, because if you really were getting something out of my content, if you really were learning anything, or if I was really supporting you and you were following me to support me and vice versa, then you'd be interacting with me. You would be interacting, putting comments, liking, sharing, whatever the case may be. There would be way more interaction than what there is on any of my platforms, which already leads me to believe that it's more people being nosy than it is people trying to take something from my message. And that does not mean hit up my DMs with, oh my God, you're beautiful, and I love your smile, and I love you. Guys, listen here very carefully, okay? That to me is a big trigger, and that is a big turn off. I will automatically delete, and that's all I do. I delete every damn message. I don't even open them. Because the moment that I see, I do open the Facebook ones, because, you know what I'm saying, I don't always know if it's part of my coaching program, that person is inboxing me, or if it's, again, just somebody from Africa, Ghana, whatever. Sorry, I said it wrong the first time. My apologies. Or Egypt, or what's the other place? Oh my gosh, there's a couple of other places that I just get people that just inbox me, and I appreciate the compliments. Don't get me wrong. I don't know how to accept compliments. I'm not accustomed to people telling me that I'm pretty. I'm not accustomed to people telling me that I'm beautiful. I'm not accustomed to people telling me that they love my smile or things like that, or my eyes, or whatever the case may be. I'm accustomed to people telling me they love my voice. That I'm accustomed to. I'm accustomed to people telling me that I do have a voice that is welcoming or soothes them, or whatever the case may be. I am accustomed to that, so that I am used to. But anything else, I'm not, so I don't accept it well. But I also just don't like having my inbox bombarded by these random ass people that I don't know. And it's not like you guys are following me. It's not like you guys are subscribing to our YouTube channels. It's not like you guys are subscribing to, or following or liking whatever any of our other platforms. You're just in my inbox. Like, that's not gonna do anything. Same thing for Jamaica. Like, same thing for Central America. Like, I thank you so much. I really do, from the bottom of my heart, for all of the beautiful messages. Some are a little, I love you, and I don't know how you love me because you don't know me, but I've never been one of those to say that I love an icon or an idol, or, I could love somebody's music or love somebody's talent, but I've never been one of those fans to fall in love with that person, because you're not supposed to idolize anybody. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So those just, throw me off some. And coming from domestic violence, and coming from not so good relationships, period, with males or females, or coming where I feel like I've always just been the black sheep to that, it's kind of like, whoa, hold on, you don't even know me. Like, you only know the information that I give you guys. You only know the stories that I've told, part of that is my life and what I've lived and dealt with. That's all you know. You don't know the rest of it. You weren't there with me. Like, how is that even possible? But it is, and it happens. But yeah, I don't get any more messages of me inspiring or supporting or anyone, and that's really what I want. I want to know that I'm steering you into a different direction. I want to know that I'm helping you realize that you're worth it. I want to know that I'm helping you realize that you can parent you. You know what I'm saying? Or you can deal with relationships as you and not the mental health or not whatever else it is that you have going on. It doesn't have to stop you from being the most amazing you. And it doesn't mean that you have to love yourself any less. And it doesn't mean you're damaged or broken, because in reality, you're not. You just function differently than everybody else. You just require things to be differently than everybody else does. But it doesn't mean that you're all these little shattered pieces and somebody has to come and put you back together again just for you to function. No, it does not mean that. It just means that you have to learn who you are, how you function, what works best for you, and what doesn't work best for you, just so that you can again become your best teacher. You can teach others how to deal with you. You can teach others how to cope with you. You can explain to them, this is who I am, this is what I deal with, this is how I function, this is how I cope with everything. Please do not take it personal if this happens, or please do not take it personal if that happens. Just let me know so I can correct my fuck ups and my errors and my mistake. Now, if you did something to bring that along, that's different. But if I unintentionally was the starter, then I obviously want to make amends to my wrongs. I want to fix them and I want to avoid them from happening in the future. But in order for any of this that I'm talking about right now to happen, you have to be okay with living within your skin. You have to look in that mirror and you have to be okay with what you see. You have to accept and acknowledge who you are and love you for you, flaws and all. Because, baby, without those flaws, you would not be who you are today. You wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be the reason why anybody loves you or cares about you or hangs around you or is constantly wanting to be in your presence. You would not be who you are. Everyone has flaws. Okay, it's part of being human. You have to go potty? Is somebody in the bathroom? Who's in the bathroom? So you have to go pee-pees? So go pee-pees, boo-boo. Go pee-pees. Delano, she gotta go pee-pee. Sorry, y'all. She can't hold it for too long, so we have her sit outside of the tub and pee into the tub if somebody else is in the bathroom, so then this way she doesn't have an accident. You gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry. Y'all may be like, oh, that's nasty. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't let my little 4-year-old pee on herself just because somebody's in the bathroom. But yeah, so this podcast turned out to be completely different. It was supposed to be about depression and it ran off to something else. But I hope that you guys can take from what I'm saying and can open up doors for yourselves. Sorry, this contact is bothering me. And realize that you are way more important than you think you are. You are definitely loved. And unless you were born into shit like me, or born in shit, there's no reason for you to think that you are shit. So all of that really has to go. And while I'm saying all of this to you guys, trust me when I tell you, I am listening to it. I am listening to it. I am taking a heed that my words that I'm telling you are the same words that I need to listen to for myself. And I do. Trust me when I tell you, I do. But sometimes that depression hits a little bit different and it gets hard. And I know that. And it happens. We're all going to fall off our wagon, and get into one of our episodes. And then we have to come back out of it and get back on and keep going. You just can't just let it consume you and stop. There's too much in life. There's so much you can be giving to life. There's so much you can be giving to others. There's so much you can be giving to yourself. Like, this world is already going through so much. It's ridiculous. Like, my heart goes out to those families that have lost their children in Texas. I really, really honestly don't know what I would do. Like, when it happened close to our town in Connecticut, like when it happened at Sandy Hook, I freaked out drastically. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I have a kid in a school not too far. I can't leave my student. Like, I worked at the cafeteria for that school, but we had to If anything happens, you have to lock yourself in the rooms and you can't leave. You cannot leave. So who's going to take care of my children while I am taking care of somebody else's child? Is things that used to pop in my mind when I was working, in the school system. And even when I was working in the daycare, I didn't get to finish that thought that I was telling you guys before. But even when I was working in the daycare, as the head toddler preschool teacher, whichever one I was doing at the time, it was the same thing. Like, I have to protect these babies at all. Who's protecting mine if anything happens? Like, is mine being protected? Who should have to live like that? Like, who should have to live like that? We shouldn't have to worry that if we're sending our kids to school, that they're not going to make it home. That's just not acceptable. Or if you're going to go to the grocery store, I don't watch the news because my life is already depressing enough. So I try to stay away from things that will trigger me because I am also an empath. And it just takes over my emotions, and it puts me in an emotion roller coaster ride that I can't get out of, and it takes a long time for me to regulate and realize which ones are my emotions and which ones are the emotions of the other people around me that I'm feeling. And that's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of energy. So I don't be having a lot of energy because my kids already suck up my energy. So, yeah, like, it's to the point that I've already stated, and I'm honest when I say this, Lyrica will not be going to nobody's school system. She will be homeschooled, and Biva is still finishing up. We had to take off for a whole year, with my health and everything else that happened, and I'm already beating myself up for that, because here she is 19 and we haven't finished high school, but that's because I refuse to just graduate her without her knowing anything. I need her to know her basics, and the fact that she was in a therapeutical school for elementary, she didn't learn a lot that she should have learned. And she was being graded by the curve because of her behavior. They stated that if she was graded regular, she would never pass. So they had her on a curve. All of that damaged my child. It did more harm than it did good, because here we are now trying to finish school, and she barely knows the basics from 4th and 5th grade that you should actually know. You know what I'm saying? Because of the school system. Like, no, that's not okay. That's not acceptable. So here I am telling myself I'm not going to worry about my little one. That's my last one. I didn't want her to be my last one. Here's a fun fact about me that you guys didn't know. I didn't want 3 kids. I don't like the odd number. I like even numbers. I actually wanted to have another baby. But then I sit here and I think about it, and I'm like, that's being selfish. You can't do it. I mean, physically I can, but I feel like I'm being selfish if I do. But listen to me. Hear me out before y'all start talking shit. Okay? Hear me out. I have 2 high-functioning autistic kids. Those are my 2 older ones. My little one, knock on wood, as of yet and so far, and I'm hoping never shows up, there's nothing showing up for her. Nothing except for her Gemini, half Puerto Rican, half Haitian, anger issues. We already are hot-headed people to begin with, so she already has all of that intertwined. Then she has her dad's strong, will and hard-headedness, and she has my strong will and my hard-headedness. So she has a lot of just genetics. That's not anything else. So I wanted one more baby. Knock on wood, that since the situation would not be like all the other ones, would also be like my little one, a regular one with nothing else. So then this way, my 2 older ones will always have somebody to have their back, that can understand the world better than they can for the day that I'm no longer here. I don't want to think about these things as I'm not throwing it out in the universe, but at the same time, I have to be realistic, and I have to be a mom. And I have to make sure that my kids are situated and my kids are good. Like, I've already talked to my cousin, Jazz. Jazz already knows that, knock on wood, if anything happens, she has to step up, and you know what I'm saying. And I've talked to the baby's godmother, Tanasia, who I have a really weird relationship with. But I also told her, like, my kids, I wouldn't trust my kids with almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? They're everything that I have fought so hard for, and I've fought so hard to just do better by. I can't just leave them in the hands of just anyone. You know what I'm saying? That's going to destroy everything that I've worked so hard for. So there's only a few people. Like, if anything, I know my sister, then Maria, Tanasia, and Jazz. Like, and then Crystal. That's it. Those are the only people that I have that if anything were to happen and I know, like, my babies had to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, it would be them. I would ask them to oversee, which I already have asked 2 of them, to be there for them, to oversee, to monitor, to watch, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever the case may be. But anyways, neither here nor there. So my heart goes out to all of those, and because of that and everything else that's going on in this crazy world, which is another reason why I don't watch the news, I am going to homeschool Lyrical. Which is why I'm also stressed out about hurrying up to move and get a van, because I want to join the homeschooling groups so that Lyrical can socialize with other kids her age. And the same thing with Biva, like, and even Delano, even though he's not homeschooled. I need the transportation to do that. Like, I can't be an amazing mom when I'm missing so many tools that I need to be an amazing mom. But I'm trying. I'm working hard on it. I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. But yeah, so there's a lot in this podcast. I've dumped out my brain, I guess, to you guys in this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much if you're a follower, a subscriber, or a supporter. That definitely means the world to me. Because it lets me know that I do matter, that we do matter, that what we go through does matter, that we're showing others how to cope and deal with life, that we're also showing them not autistic children are what people presume them to be, and that even though they can function one way doesn't necessarily mean they can function every way or the other way. But I appreciate you guys big time. And I'm working really hard, honestly, to get back on my schedule. I haven't even opened my calendar. I haven't done none of my planning. Nothing. Like, I'm so unmotivated for everything. It's ridiculous. And I'm trying to find my motivation again. You know, and I'm trying to find that drive again. Because if I no longer care and if nothing no longer matters, then what is the point? What's the point? There's no point then. I mean, then what am I doing? Honestly, like, for real. But anyways, make sure you guys have a blessed day, and don't forget, tomorrow isn't promised to anyone, so make sure you make today count and make yesterday jealous, okay? Love y'all.